Hello everyone, welcome to our official YouTube channel of Hasmukh Goswami College of Engineering. I Professor Srinath Kalli from Civil Engineering Department. Today we are going to cover surveying technology from the subject Building Construction Technology. So basically we are going to cover what is surveying, definition of surveying, and what are the methods for what is the basic purpose of surveying. Second, what are the instruments used to measure the surveying. So using the EDM technology, that is electronic distance measurement technology, so many instruments were developed for the particular type of surveying. And second, we are going to cover total station, what are the parameters of the total stations and how it is better than the previous instruments. Third one comes the LIDAR technology. LIDAR means light detection and ranging technology. So how far LIDAR is better than all the instruments or methods based on the surveying. And last one is references. So surveying, so in 20th century, German engineers were facing during the First World War in 1918, they were facing so many problems regarding the measurement of the distances, very long distances, and they have to improve from the method older chains and ropes to the accurate measurement of the long distances. So as far as the long distances are concerned, they were getting the errors that can be both human errors and instrumentation errors, but they were at the older times they were having a chains and ropes to measure the long distances. So may possible that chain error also and human error also is possible. So after which Dr. Trevor Lloyd Wadley has developed the telerometer based on the EDM technology. So EDM is basically electronic distance measurement. It measures long distances using two microwaves, one at the transmitter and second at the receivers. During the late 1950s, Geometer introduced electronic distance measurement equipment. EDM units were use a multi-frequency phase shift for light waves to find a distance. This instrument saved the need for days or weeks of chain measurements by measuring between points kilometers apart in one go. What this exactly means? This means that when someone has to measure some 50 kilometers, take an example. So when he is going to measure by the chain or a ropes, it would take around 20 to 25 days for the exact measurement of only 50 kilometers. So from this telerometer or from this EDM technology, we can actually measure the accurate distance within 3 to 4 days of 50 kilometers, for example. So surveying is an profession or work of examining and recording the area and features of a piece of land so as to construct a map or plan or detailed description of it. In other words, what is surveying? Surveying is basically scanning the area with their original dimensions or an empty place to plan something, to plan buildings, to plan transportation, to plan any of the water structures, dam, canals, etc. To scan the area exactly, to acquire the area and to deploy the model. For that, surveying is necessary for point to point measurements and it needs a detailed description. So for that reason we are going for the part surveying. So advances in electronics allowed miniaturization of EDM. So this is a part of the miniaturization of an EDM. So it introduced in 1970 the first instrument which was actually combining angles and distance measurements appear in both the things in only one instrument, becoming it was known as a total stations. Manufacturer added more equipments by degrees, bringing improvements in accuracy and speed of measurements. Major advances include tilt compensators also and data recorders. The instruments were also measuring the data recorders and onboard calculation programs. So this all sum up and they brought the technological more advancement instrument called total station with the help of an EDM technology. So tellurimeter. So this previous image was of an tellurimeter. One person is actually measuring the distance using both tellurimeters placed a distance apart, some distance apart. So what is tellurimeter? You are seeing this instrument is very old instrument and one of the first instrument which was using an EDM technology, electronic distance measurement. So tellurimeter surveying is an electronic instrument for measuring distances up to 30 miles. 30 miles means 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometers. It can be around 48 kilometers. So you can measure distances up to 48 kilometers that consist of two units, one at each end of the distance to be measured, between which radio waves are transmitted. So what does the tellurimeter do? There are two instruments kept apart of the distances. So whatever distance you have to measure, the radio waves are transmitted, and through the radio waves transmission, to that the which velocity the radio waves are transmitted and time the distance is measured exactly. This tellus is Latin word which meaning earth. Of course we are measuring the distance in on the earth. So likewise these both the instruments are kept a distance apart, and here the radio waves are passing through it, and it actually accurately measures the distance between the two instruments. So in 21st century the tellurimeter gains again good technological instruments like RTS GPS survey. So it is a time bound survey tellurimeter. So RTK GPS remain the primary methods in use. It's an kinematic GPS survey, real time kinematic GPS survey, which was the primary method in use, and it was also used in RTK GPS was also used in remote sensing and satellite imagery to improve and become cheaper, and it allows in a common place to use. So again, as 21st century there was more demand for the surveying, and prominent new technologies including 3D dimensional scanning and use of lidar for topographical survey was came into existence. UAV technology along with the photographic image processing also appeared. UAV is unmanned aerial vehicle, also introduced the good technology for photogrammetric image processing for the surveying purpose. This is a total station. Total station is, we can say, as a total station, theodolite is an electronic optical instrument used for surveying and building construction. It is an electronic transit theodolite integrated with electronic distance measurement. This EDM technology is fully used in total station to measure both vertical and horizontal angles and the slope distances from the instrument at a particular point. So three measurements: vertical, horizontal and slope distances, and onboard computer and calculations to collect the data and perform triangulation calculations. It was having the ability to calculate the triangular calculations also. This total station, a typical total station can measure distances up to 1500 meters, that is 1.5 kilometer, with an accuracy of about 1.5 millimeters. It's a very precise instrument till 21st century total station. So here are the components of typical optomechanical theodolite. We can see this micrometer, we can see this horizontal circle housing, eyepiece, circular bubble, foot screw, tribatch. Actually horizontal circle adjustment for orientation, for what particular direction we have to orient. This is called standard. Objective of telescope and vertical circle. So these are all the components of mechanical theodolite. Now comes the best part is LiDAR. So LiDAR full form is light detection and ranging. LiDAR is basically used in surveying method that measures distance to a target by illuminating the target with lasers and measuring the reflected light with a sensor. So whatever they are targeting the laser to any point that reflects back and it reaches to the sensor that calculates the exact distance between the instrument LiDAR and the area. So differences in laser return timings and wavelengths can then be used to make digital 3D representation of the target. So we can also represent the digital 3D representation. So the name LiDAR, now used as an acronym, you know that light detection and ranging, was originally a build of light and radar. So basically sensors, lasers, light and radar was used in LiDAR. I will explain you further. LiDAR sometimes is called a 3D laser scanning, a special combination of 3D scanning and a laser scanning. It has a terrestrial, airborne and mobile application. It is extensively used in terrestrial activities and mobile applications. These are some components of the LiDAR. This is a 3D HD hybrid flash LiDAR. MEMS, micro electrical mechanical system. This is a micro electrical mechanical system, micro mirror, which is followed by the laser diode, nearly infrared non-visible laser diode, and this is a diffuser lens, receiver lens, and here we are having a photodiode array, and here LiDAR core IC to compute the calculations. So this is components of 3D hybrid flash LiDAR. So again, Blue Sky International Limited has announced that it has used the Leica City Mapper. What is Leica City Mapper? First of all, Blue Sky International Limited is the company and in the UK, and Leica City Mapper is a software which is used for the technology for the LiDAR purpose. So Leica City Mapper, the world's first hybrid airborne sensor combining vertical and oblique imagery together. Not only vertical, horizontal and slope distances, but it also covers vertical and oblique imagery together with the 3D laser scanning to capture major cities throughout the UK. I will show you the example how Blue Sky International Limited used this software Leica City Mapper. So this is in UK. They have actually scanned one area and it looks like this in the Leica City Mapper, and it actually point out the every dimension of the building and nearby the trees and everything, one single dimensions of the building. What is the cost of the LiDAR? Everyone was assuming that it's a very good thing, it's a very easy thing to scan the areas and to attain to get the dimensions very easily and to plan a building or to plan any of the construction things. So it's very easy actually LiDAR, but to compute the calculations in LiDAR is very hard, and to again represent it in a graphical format is the hardest part of the LiDAR. So in January 2017, Graphics said Waymo engineers. So Waymo engineers is based in California, USA, were able to bring the cost of the LiDAR 90% down from $75,000 for a single top range LiDAR to Waymo's top range LiDAR cost to $7,500, which would cost to Indian INR rupees 5,61,000 rupees. For a top of range LiDAR cost will cost you in India around 5,61,000 rupees. Yes, this is a very good example. You can see the scanning of lidar in highway, is particularly in highway. So highway scanning, you can see these are the trees, these are the side suburbs, and some of the buildings here situated. And here we are having hoardings, mounted hoardings, and here the signboards. So we can get a good dimensions, and particularly a very precise dimensions by using the lidar technology. Again, one of the image, these are the wire lines, wires and transmission wires, and these are the trees. This is a way overview of technology commonly used in site surveys. So surveying, as we have to do primarily, because to attain the dimensions of the land, empty land or an urban area, to plan something, to plan construction or any building, roads or bridges, dams, etc. For that thing we need a dimensions of empty land or an urban area. So initially EDM was introduced, electronic distance measurement, most commonly deployed, requires on-site personals, best used for on-site rechecks prior to work. Then came the technology GPS, Global Positioning System, uses latitude and longitude coordinates, ineffective when blocked by tall buildings or clouds, best used when there is a need of high accuracy in small open sites. Photogrammetry, after GPS, the technology we are using right now is photogrammetry and lidar, uses high resolution images, requires post processing time to convert to usable data. For example, if you want a dimensions particular for the area, it actually processes the high resolution images in the software, and we will be getting again the dimensions. Best used when there's a need for high accuracy in larger sites. Comes lidar, next comes the light detection and ranging. It uses optical lasers to detect thousands of points per second with native 3D output. So it actually gives you the dimension in 3D processing. May have issues with some terrain such as steep slopes, etc. So you got some overview about the surveying and what are the technology right now they are introducing in the present scenarios and for scanning the areas. This is one of the very good example of lidar. So lidar is a particular instrument which can be fitted, which can be installed in aircraft, or nowadays we are installing in drones also. And the height is kept as a constant, and after the height kept constant, the speed is also kept constant, and it continuously scans the whole area and is picturizes into some 3D dimension technology. So this is very good image for the lidar work methodology representation, how it works actually. This also another image of lidar. You can fit in aircraft also at the bottom of the aircraft, and it also scans with the latitude, longitude, and both three the directions, x, y and z directions. What are the advantages? Now we learned about surveying initial, we learned about chain, we learned about EDM, we learned about telerometer, then comes total station, then comes the lidar. So nowadays lidar is a most advanced instrument used for the measuring the area or the distances or vertical or horizontal or slope, etc. So what are the advantages? We are actually going forward, and we have to attain the new generation technology for the fast purpose. So first of all, lidar or any instrument which is an advancement to this generation produces at low cost and high productivity at low cost. Second, improved collaboration for more efficient construction. Second, these instruments are better safety on construction sites, enhanced clarity because it gives you the dimension in 3D mapping. Again, digital empowerment of native technological group, worldwide access to all types of digital services. Disadvantages: crime and terrorism, of course, data security, it breaches the data security, anyone can breach. Digital media manipulation, job insecurities, plagiarism and copyrights, social depersonalization. So these are all the disadvantages of the digitalization in construction industry. These are the references where I have taken all these images and theories. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.